Hello everyone, welcome to part 2 of my corn snake video, corn snake care feeding your corn snake. Last we left off was Munson plan. Now we'll move on. We figure out the different size mice, the availability of them, how to feed your corn snake. So basically now it's what if my corn snake does not eat? If you have a hatchling corn snake or a juvenile corn snake that will not eat, you have a list of things that you could do. First off, what I normally do is I put the mouse inside the tank with the snake or inside the container. Alright, so the snake's not going after it. So I'll pick up the mouse, I'll put it against its mouth, the snake's mouth a little bit. Usually, a lot of times the snake will bite the mouse at that time and take the prey. What if this doesn't work? Then if it's pre-killed, you can leave this mouse in the container overnight with the snake. 99% of the time, this is as far as I have to go for feeding my corn snakes. Usually they'll eat the mouse overnight when it's darker, stuff like that, they'll eat the mouse. You can keep live baby pinkies with the corn snakes, but I would not recommend any live mouse that's not a pinky to keep overnight with your corn snake, because they can still injure the corn snake and hurt it, and you should always watch it when they're eating live. But as far as a pinky, pinkies pose little or no threat, so you guys can leave a live pinky in the container overnight, and like I said, normally they'll eat it. Now what if they still won't eat? Now you do what's called, I guess, braining. What you do is you cut open up the mouse's head with the razor, and the brains will show out a little bit, and just wiggle jiggle it in front of the snake and it should grab it. That normally is very effective too. Guess what? Corn snakes still don't want to eat. So guess what you're going to do? Well, another option, what you could do is go to the pet store and get a dead lizard. Frozen lizard will do just fine. What you want to do is defrost this frozen lizard and rub the scent of the lizard on the pinky. And usually the scent of the lizard will get the corn snake to eat the pinky. Or if small enough of a lizard, you can feed the lizard to the corn snake. I know seen some videos of people cutting the tails of some lizards, feeding just the tail to a corn snake. You could do that too. Now, you got the dead lizard, you scented the mouse, still not eating, you're trying everything, it's not eating still. The last thing you want to resort to, force feeding. Force feeding can injure your snake. What you're going to do is grab the snake by the sides of its head, basically open up its mouth and shove the pinky down its mouth, or fuzzy down its mouth. Normally a snake will bite on, start to work the food. At that point you can let go of the snake and it will finish up the prey. Now what happens if it doesn't? If it starts to and then spits it back out? What happens if it does finish the prey after force feeding but regurgitates it? At this point, I would take your snake to the vet. There's not really much more that you could do. You've tried a lot of methods for feeding your corn snake, but at this point, I'd take your snake to the vet. Total time to do it from just wiggle jiggling in front of it to the whole force feeding should be no more than 2 days. All right, within the 2 days, you want to try and feed your corn snake. You can possibly wait another 2 days after trying to force feed it and failing. Wait 2 more days, try again, but after that, if it doesn't accept it still, I take my corn snake right to the vet, because there could be signs of health problems, and your veterinarian can do it. So, with that being said, there's different ways of it. As far as your adult corn snakes and your adult or bigger juvenile corn snakes, what's going to happen is you could try and wiggle jiggle in front. You could try the brains method, or you could try and force feed your corn snakes up to adult age. Normally adult corn snakes won't go after the lizard scent, so you don't even bother with that really. And if your corn snake still doesn't go after it, then I would definitely take your corn snake to a vet. So let's talk about some reasons why your corn snake might not eat. One might be because you just got it's a brand new corn snake. It's the first day you got it. It's going to be stressed out. It's a new environment for the snake. You should have found out when you got your corn snake when was the last time it was fed. If you learned from or seen my previous videos. What you want to do is, if it's eaten in the past, anywhere between day to, I'd say 4 or 5 days ago, you don't have to feed it right then and there the day that you get your corn snake. Wait a couple days, like get used to the thing, feed your corn snake then. That might be one reason why it won't eat. Another reason why it might not eat is because it might have mites or ticks, it might have a respiratory infection. Another thing might be is climate change. Is it like a couple cold days that you have around where you live? Is it a new light, different light? Climate change could stress out your snake, refuse it to eat. Impaction from ingesting substrate and all that. That could be another reason why your corn snake might not eat too. I normally see it. Another reason why is your corn snake might be gravid, pregnant in other words. So these are all reasons why your corn snake won't eat or possibly won't eat. Either way, you should get your corn snake checked out if it's not eaten properly. If it won't eat, you should get it checked out. And further in details about these descriptions I'm talking to you about will be in a later video about health issues with your corn snake. So I'll describe them in detail. But basically those are just a few reasons why your corn snake will not possibly eat. Oh man, it's been a hard day. I gotta enjoy some food now. I got my grilled chicken here. I got 2 hot dogs, 2 hamburgers, man. I got my big steak right here. Oh, this is gonna be some good food, man. Oh, so much better than that fatty stuff from McDonald's and all that. What a good meal. Got my soda. Oh man, those 2 hamburgers and 2 hot dogs, grilled chicken, and that 24-ounce steak was delicious, man. Oh, I'm so filled up I don't even have to eat for a week, man. Woo-wee. Alright, some good resting time now.
Yo, Will, let's go play some football.
No, man, it's freaking Nate. Leave me the hell alone. I don't want to be touched, man. Try to digest my food, man.
Come on, sissy.
No, dude, I don't want to play football. I'm trying to digest my food. Leave me alone.
Let's go.
Dude, no. Leave me alone. What are you doing, man? Leave me the hell alone.
Come on, get up.
No.
Get your butt up.
No, man, don't touch me. I'm still full.
Let's go.
No, don't touch me, man. What did I tell you? Don't touch me. Leave me alone. I want to play football, goddammit. Stay. Real quick, some of the things I just want to talk to you about as far as regurgitation. All the symptoms that I just said might be a reason why your snake may regurgitate its meal. Also is handling. You should never handle your corn snake directly after feeding it. The rule of thumb I normally follow is I waited between 24 and 48 hours before I handled any of my corn snakes after eating. That could stress them out and they can regurgitate its meal from that. Next I want to talk to you about, guys, real quick, and this is going to be wrapping up, is reasons why you choose not to feed your corn snakes. The main reason would be is if you're trying to mate your corn snakes. What you do is in the cold weather, around December time, whenever, you put your corn snakes into brumation, or also known as hibernating. What you do is you cool down the tank and you stop feeding them for extended period. What you want to do now is, since you don't feed them for a couple months, when you warm up the tank, you want to be extremely careful on how you feed them. What you want to do is you want to feed them a small meal first. Now we're talking about adult corn snakes at this point. You should not be hibernating any of your hatchlings or juveniles. These are adult corn snakes. So instead of feeding them adult mouse, what we want to feed them is maybe a hopper instead. Feed a hopper to them the first time you warm up the tank. You don't want to feed them right away after the tank, you just turn on the lights and whatnot. Wait a week for it to warm up a little bit. Because that can, not being the proper temperature, it also will have trouble digesting its food, the mouse. So, like I was saying though, feed it a hopper the first time, wait maybe 4 or 5 days, then feed your adult snake again another hopper. Then after that, I normally feed them adult mice again. Now, during this period, you want to make sure you want to feed both your male and female snakes plenty of food. Normally, I feed them every 5 days, adult mice, to kind of beef them up a little bit, because the female is going to lose a lot of calcium and stuff like that from the eggs. So I feed them about every 5 days adult mice at this point, for however long, 2 months, whatever. After you feed them a couple times, a couple months, whatever, 2 months in my case usually, what you want to do is you want to then introduce the snakes. Hopefully they'll mate, whatnot. And then after that, you want to continue feeding the female. Now, she may or may not be gravid, be starting to develop eggs. What happens is when the female starts developing eggs, the eggs take up more room in her body, therefore constricting her stomach and digestive system. So therefore the snake cannot eat adult mouse and be comfortable. So what you want to do then is you want to feed it hoppers again, something small, maybe smaller prey, until it's getting ready to shed. At that point you stop feeding it, it'll shed and lay the eggs. So that's really the only reason why I could see you not feeding your corn snakes, is if you want to mate them. Like I said, it's going to be a couple months, it's going to be like a 7-month thing, feeding them, particularly, in these habits. I'll discuss that in a future video on breeding corn snakes. So, like I said, that would be the only case with adult corn snakes. You never want to do it with, you don't want to hibernate hatchlings, really. So there's no need to. So that would really be the only case where you want to choose not to feed your corn snake. And that's the special requirements for feeding them on different schedules. Thank you everyone for watching this video. This is the second part, obviously, of the 4th video, corn snake care, how to feed your corn snake. I know I've told you guys it'll be about handling too, but this is a pretty lengthy video as is. So next video I will teach you or talk about handling. So once again guys, any questions, comments, concerns, if you think I did something wrong, if I'm missing anything, please leave them down below. You guys come up with great things all the time. So I hope you liked it. Hit the like button if you did. Subscribe. I'll be having more videos out like this. So yeah, that's just about it guys. Thank you for the support as always, and have a great day.